Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the middle of April 2023. You start off here with this risk card. It says, success will find you. The odds are in your favor. There you go. So I think now would be a good time to take some sort of risk, probably towards a dream that you have with the Knight of Cups. Yes, the Knight of Cups could represent love, and, definitely could be love that you're taking a risk on. But really, there's like a bigger picture story with the Knight of Cups. He's standing in the desert, but he has water flowing in front of him. So it kind of represents the fact that he might not think that he has the resources, and you have this wasting resources card, but he might not think that he has the resources that would make it, make any seeds that he plants in the desert grow. But if he plants them in front of that water, those seeds will obviously grow. So, I think it's a sign of the time, Sagittarius. A lot of people are, sure, we'll take both. We'll take all three of these. Why not? But I think that it's a sign of the times that we are kind of having to maybe be extra resourceful, or we're having to realize that we can get started on the things that we want to get started on, but maybe just not in a traditional way, right? We might have to, maybe we think we need money to start a business, but we actually don't. Maybe we want to move and we feel like we don't have the resources, but there actually is a resource that exists if we look for it. And again, people keep asking me, like, they keep bringing up crazy examples, number one. But number two, they keep saying that it's not possible. But I'm like, I don't know. You never know. Look, right? If you want to move, maybe there's a job somewhere that will pay for you to move. But again, you're not going to find it unless you look. So, and this stuff happens. People always say, like, oh, that never happens. No, this stuff happens all the time. I know plenty of people where jobs have paid for them to move. So it happens all the time. So if something is possible, then it's possible for you. And so there are no excuses. And, I would just start looking for these opportunities. I do feel like there could be a surprise coming in for you as well. We go this way to the Tower. But, sometimes the Tower can be a good card. Number one, almost everyone has had the Tower again. I know I keep saying it, but, it is a sign of the times. Again, I think that there could be a lot of global Tower moments going on, a lot of surprises. But I also feel like there could be a person who's interested in you. And I think it's just like a little bit surprising, Sagittarius. Maybe someone approaches you and you're just not expecting it. That's kind of what I feel there. You have the Knight of Wands. I kind of feel like this is the energy that you're in. You show up as yourself, the Temperance card, in your next row. We'll talk about that in a minute. But, I kind of like that you also show up as the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is a card of the builder to me. He's willing to build and learn about new opportunities, or he kind of embraces mystery as well, because he has these pyramids right here. And the pyramids in the tarot, they kind of represent mystery, or, he needs to figure out how to build something in his life. And I feel like you're willing to do that. You also have the Page of Pentacles. And so I do feel like there could be kind of communication coming in for you here. If there is love communication coming in, I feel like you're not sure what to do. Like someone could be telling you that they're interested in you. I'm kind of getting a couple things here. Number one, it could be an earth sign for sure, but maybe you're not. Some of you, I feel like you're not looking for love. For some of you, I feel like this person is younger than you. That could be the problem, is like you don't know, that they're younger than you. And that could be an issue. Or maybe you're younger than them. Take it how it resonates. But I feel like you're not sure what to do. Again, we're going to see what you should do. Or what you could do, I should say. I don't think tarot should tell you what to do at all, period. But with the Knight of Cups, you have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands, like going on some sort of adventure. Just not going to focus over there. But I've had a lot of technical issues today, and maybe you're having technical issues, Mercury retrograde. But this one's been a doozy. Like, this thing's messed up about 900 times today. So, who knows? But what I would say is I kind of do feel if, like, a person is approaching you, that you might take the risk. You have that risk card, and maybe you just decide, okay, I'll go on a couple dates, or I'll see how it goes. I do feel that for some of you. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Seven of Wands. The more sure of yourself that you are, the more successful something will be. So if you're like wanting to start a business, or if you're wanting to take a risk to, again, plant those seeds in front of that water, could be to like start a business, to improve your health, whatever it is you're doing, doesn't matter. The Knight of Wands is a card of conviction. It says when you know that you're going to be successful, and you actually believe it deep down inside, that's when you will be the most successful. So I would work on that, the belief part. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Cups again. It's really funny. I was shuffling before I did your reading while I was waiting for my computer to restart, Sagittarius, because I don't know what the hell's going on, but it keeps messing up. And, what I would say is that this card kept popping out. And so it's interesting that you have it twice. And I do feel there could be like a knight in shining armor coming in for you, someone you'd be very interested in. I feel like a little bit of resistance to it. Again, I don't think this is a bad thing. Just based off your next row, you have the Nine of Pentacles. It could just say that maybe you've healed yourself to a certain point, or maybe you've, really been working on your own independence, So it's like, sometimes I think when we get to that point, we really don't necessarily, want someone to come in and mess up our day. So you could just be being a little bit, cautious. And again, not in a bad way. I kind of feel you're just trying to make sure that someone doesn't mess up your day. You have this waiting for resources card. It says you have all the tools and resources to advance in life, but you need to use them more effectively to open new opportunities and to manifest more money. So I feel like you could be manifesting more money. And, but again, there's a couple of things here. I'll actually just show you right now. I was going to wait, but you have the King of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles to the Fool. The King of Pentacles is about kind of being stuck in convention. So he is stuck kind of doing things the same way over and over and over again. It's kind of like a good thing because he does what works, right? There's nothing wrong with doing what has always worked. But it's kind of a bad thing because there might be like new ways of doing things that could make him more successful. And then you go to the Ten of Pentacles, which is a card of education or needing to educate yourself. It can represent hidden or secret information, but it's not really hidden or secret. It just means that we have to go and learn something. And then you have the Fool. I feel like you could be like taking a leap of faith in a new direction, or maybe you have a business or a career and maybe you're not changing it, but you could just be upgrading it or upgrading your skills. And if you are doing those things, it is clearly going to lead to a lot of success. Nine of Pentacles is a card of skills. Why? Because she has these grapes right here behind her. And grapes in the tarot, which we see grapes on the King of Pentacles, we also see grapes behind her here. They represent something that requires a lot of skill to grow. And they require special conditions and everything like that. When a card like this comes up, it basically says you have the skills twice, because you have the King of Pentacles as well. You have the skills necessary to be very successful, which that card basically says as well. But maybe you have to display those skills, or maybe you have a skill that you're not using as well in your life. So, I would look at your hidden talents, gifts, skills, and abilities. They could lead to a lot more success, but I would also say that if you are thinking, like, should I go back to school? Should I upgrade my skills? Should I learn something new? Get a certification? Yes, 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 because clearly it's going to lead to a lot more success and abundance in your life. You have the Temperance card here. Temperance is about cause and effect. It's about like equal give and take, or kind of like turning one thing into another. Alchemy. I'm getting cause and effect here. I think that's why I said it. So for a lot of you, I feel like you're kind of seeing like, to me, this looks like efficiency. He's pouring water back and forth between these two cups, trying to turn water into wine. But what I would say for you is like going this way, we go up to the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is showing up in the area of the good stuff, so it's going to be good no matter what. But I kind of feel with the Temperance card, it's like you're trying to find the most efficient way to win. The Five of Swords can represent winning at all cost. It is showing up in the good stuff, so I kind of feel like you're winning. To me, it is also a card of taking a risk. So I feel like you're taking a risk, or you're thinking about taking a risk. To me, this would suggest a win because of everything that's showing up here in some sort of risk that you're taking. But what I would say is that the risk you're taking looks to me like you're looking for more efficient ways to like make money, or whatever the case may be. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Hierophant. Definitely could be love in the form of a Taurus coming in for you. You have a lot of Taurus energy here. So if you want love, could be a Taurus. If you don't want love, this could also have to do with your skills. The Hierophant is a card of education and learning. And I definitely get that vibe from your reading. If you're learning or getting a certification, it literally could mean more money. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Page of Pentacles again. So going this way, it's like you're not sure. I still feel like you're not necessarily sure what to do about a new person. If a new person is approaching you, which it does look like that could be happening. It could be by the month of July, because you have that July card there. But I kind of feel, I don't know, really, I feel like, overall, you're probably going to take the chance to go on a date with a person if you are feeling like you're not sure what you're going to do, right? And I'm not trying to make this confusing, but it just looks to me like eventually, whether you do it now or in July, it doesn't really matter, because I feel like you're going to give him a chance anyway. So there you go. With the Temperance card, you have the King of Cups. Yes, a ton of people showing up in this reading. It's actually pretty crazy. So a lot of you could be just doing a lot of socializing. There could also be a lot of support I'm getting from the people around you. On top of that, I would definitely like tap into your feelings with this card. He has very deep emotions, and he really isn't afraid to explore his emotions and allow them to guide him. So I feel like allowing your emotions to guide you would be clearly a good idea with that card. Next, you have this July card. It says there's something to celebrate, a blessing in disguise. So there could be some sort of blessing in disguise. You have the Tower, which can literally be a blessing in disguise. For some of you, I'm wondering if this isn't going to happen until July, or again, you could be seeing a Tower moment happening right now in some area of your life. And by the time we get to July, that could be where you are seeing that it is a blessing in disguise. You have the Five of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles in the Tower card. Five of Wands can be conflict and competition. To me, really, it's a card of learning, and we've talked a lot about learning here. These people, they're using sticks to fight. They're not using swords. So I feel for a lot of you, it's like maybe you have been dealing with some competition in your life or some challenges, but really, I feel like ultimately it's leading to a lot of success, or it will be in the near future. I also feel that for some of you, again, you're conflicted on what to do if a person is approaching you. I don't know, I'm getting a very specific story about this for whatever reason today, and it seems to me like someone could be approaching you. Maybe you know this person and you're just like not sure. We're gonna clarify. We'll figure it out. You have the Ten of Pentacles. I would say that this is probably your most important card here. Again, Ten of Pentacles can be building, leaving a legacy, which like everybody's doing right now, because we have Uranus and Taurus, which is pretty much getting everyone to focus on their values, but also building things of value, building, leaving a legacy as well. But there's another way to read this card, which is that this old man right here, he can represent a beggar, and he's coming and bringing this family on the card a gift. So he represents a person who has nothing to give, giving something, right, of value, even though he has nothing to give. So that's where like hidden or secret information can come from on the Ten of Pentacles. But again, it's kind of like not true, because it's not really hidden or secret. It just means you have to go look for it. So again, if you're trying to grow your business, it's like go start doing research on how to grow your business. You'll probably come across something that leads to a lot of success. Same thing in work. Same thing if you're getting a certification, like do your research, because I've said it before, and I'll say it again, that we're in a time where we have to move a lot of dirt to get to the gold. I believe, where it's like most of the information you learn is going to be garbage, but the little bits of golden nuggets that you receive are going to be worth it times like a million, right? So the people who do the work are going to be very successful. The people who don't aren't. It's just that simple. You have the Tower here. Again, I do feel like there could be a blessing in disguise, because of that blessing in disguise card coming in for you. This could have to do with some sort of new beginning. So what I mean by that is like maybe you quit your job and you regret it. Maybe someone left you and they regret it. I don't know. I'm getting something about regrets here, but and maybe someone left you and you feel sad about it. But it looks to me like it's actually a blessing, because it's going to be bringing in something like much, much better into your life. Let's see. With the Five of Wands, you have the King of Swords, wisdom. I feel like you're gaining the wisdom necessary to be able to build this Ten of Pentacles. The King of Swords, to me, he has the most knowledge and wisdom out of all the kings. He's very wise, and he has a lot of knowledge. So I feel like you're creating a lot of success through the things that you've been learning, as we've been saying. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Five of Swords. Yeah, definitely some sort of risk. This whole entire reading is about a risk. That card also says fears are holding you back from realizing your fullest potential. So it's time to like face your fears with that risk card. And the Five of Swords, to me, it can represent winning at all costs. It can represent a separation or breakup, of course. But to me, it's really a card of taking some sort of risk in your life. With the Tower, you have the Eight of Swords. It always makes perfect sense to me in a reading when I get the Eight of Swords and then the Tower clarifying it, or vice versa, because basically the Eight of Swords is self-imposed restriction. It's like not seeing something. The people inside the Tower, they are ignoring reality, so they're not seeing something. They're not seeing the reality for what it is, so then the Tower happens. Sometimes I think the universe causes a tower when we are too stuck, when we're too close to a problem and we're not looking for solutions. But I also kind of feel that if there have been tower moments that you've already experienced, that these are again going to be a blessing in disguise. All three of these cards wanted to fall out. You have this Taurus card. It says perseverance. Remember, slow and steady wins the race. Awaken your inner bull to give you patience. You have this Cancer card. It says nurture all you love. Take time to care for your well-being and nurture the things that you love. There has never been a more important time than right now than to nurture what you love. Pluto and Aquarius, there is like a certain element of Pluto and Aquarius, I believe, and I've noticed it in the readings as well, that is like saying if you nurture something into existence, if you treat something like a garden with Uranus and Taurus as well. What did I just say? Did I say Uranus and Aquarius? I meant to say Pluto and Aquarius. I don't know what I just said, but I'm losing my mind today, by the way, if you can't tell. But, with the Taurus energy, we have Uranus and Taurus, which is building and leaving a legacy. 10 of Pentacles, like meaning you work on something and you work on it for the rest of your life, whatever it is. You have the Scorpio card. Says the underworld. Awaken your inner witch to maximize your potential and connect to the universe. I think all of that would be really good for you. Again, I'm a big fan of following your heart right now just because of the astrology. You have the Five of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and the Fool. This is the good stuff, so it doesn't matter what shows up here. It's going to be good no matter what. The Five of Swords, again, it could represent a breakup. And again, maybe some of you went through a tower moment breakup or a separation, and now you're finally seeing why it was a good thing. For others, I feel it could just be, again, taking some sort of risk, or that you are taking a risk in your life. You have the Seven of Wands here. Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It's a card that says when you know that something is for you, when you believe something very deeply, then you will be successful. But it's kind of like, this card to me, he really believes that he has earned his right to be at the top of this hill. So when you believe something is for you, then it's for you. And I would focus on your beliefs. You have the Fool, and I kind of feel like this is the blessing that's coming in for you. It's like the blessing of having a new beginning. And almost, I wouldn't really call this a second chance, but it kind of gives me second chance vibes, but not really a second chance. I hope that makes sense. Probably not. I'm sorry. But what I would say here is it's like one of those things where maybe you had love and you feel like you lost true love, and there could be another true love coming in. That's what I mean by kind of a second chance. Maybe you had success in the past with your finances or with your business or your career, and it's like you're finding success again. And that's kind of what I get here with this Fool card. I feel like you've learned a lot. Definitely had a lot of lessons over the years, I feel, and like all that is starting to add up for you. With the Five of Swords, you have the Nine of Pentacles again. I would be focusing on your skills. I would take the risk of also learning a new skill. It's like, obviously, learning a new skill can be a risk because you're spending time to do it. So, that could be popping up in your head. You could be thinking like, oh, do I want to spend the time to get this certification or to go back to school? And I would say yes, it's totally going to be worth it, especially with the Nine of Pentacles showing up twice. Some of you also could be giving up your independence, like as in dating or meeting a new person, and I also think that it would be worth it. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Five of Cups. Again, this is going to be good no matter what because we're looking at the good stuff. Five of Cups can represent regrets. Didn't I say something about regrets just a second ago? I think so. I was getting something about like someone having regrets on that Tower card of all things. So, if someone left you, they could have regrets, but I would say who cares? I feel like you're more focused on new beginnings. Again, normally this showing up in the good stuff would say there's normally that guy who's looking at the spilt over cups and he's not looking at the two cups that he has behind him. And I always say when he is grateful for what he has, he gets those two cups, the bridge and the castle as well. So he gets much more than just two cups. So I feel like you're getting like more. With the Fool card, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Yes, I love it. You have the King and Queen of Pentacles here in the same row. So it's like a new beginning with a person, and it could lead to like this could be a permanent connection that's coming in for you as far as love is concerned. So love it. I also feel there's like a change in your finances, clearly, but it has to do with like some sort of skill that you have. I'm going to pull 5 main themes now. You have this Peacock card. It says, beware of great pride. Yeah, so I'd be careful of any cocky people, for sure. You have the Knight of Wands twice. You have the Bear. It says, danger, especially in money matters. I would just make sure you're not wasting resources. Again, every single person I read for the past, since the beginning of the year at least, has been getting these cards of being careful of your money. And I think we are in a time for the next 10 years. I don't care if you have $1 billion in your bank account. I would just be careful. I wouldn't be paranoid. Again, I believe we create our own reality. So, I wouldn't be paranoid. I wouldn't be worried about it. I would just, kind of pay attention, right? I think there's a big difference between being a paranoid freak and just paying attention, being aware, right, of what you are spending your money on and things like that. You have this handshake card. It says, a meeting with a stranger could be important. I feel like some of you could be meeting love through a stranger as well. So, pay attention to that. You have this flute card. It says disappointment in a friend or a lover. Could be this past person. I really feel like if you have a past person, though, I feel like you look at this person as a child. I feel like I said this to you before, and not even in like a jerky way. That's not even what I'm saying. Like, I think you just see the immaturity. The Five of Wands. Five of Wands is a card of immaturity in a person who is immature. You have the Page of Pentacles twice here. You know what I'm saying? It just looks to me like you look at this person like a child, and I feel like you've made peace with that. You have this ear card. It says good news. And yes, I do feel like there definitely could be good news coming in for you here. But this looks pretty good in general here, Sag. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.